So let's go to questions. Can we replace Mailchimp by Zoho Campaigns? I hope so. So Lina is asking if she can replace Mailchimp with Zoho Campaigns. Mailchimp will be cool. And by the way, let me also give Lena audio. And yeah, so Lina, if you want to talk, the mic is open. Yep. So if you want, you can talk. The difference between Mailchimp and Zoho Campaigns is the way that I see it is that Mailchimp is a great system to deliver emails, while it's lacking one thing. With Zoho Campaigns, you can integrate with your CRM, and the CRM will have all your contacts, while Mailchimp is not connected to your CRM, and it's not updating on the fly with all the statuses and everything that's happening with the lead. And I think that the power is that you create some kind of a process that's happening with each segment of your leads or contacts. For example, people that have more than 3 deals, or people that spent more than X amount of money, or people that had no contact with you for a year. So you can define what is the criteria, and based on the criteria, they will join a specific list and will start to get emails that are relevant specifically for them. Let's assume that you're in the real estate business. With Mailchimp, you will need to create a list for buyers, sellers, renters, landlords, and you will need to deliver emails to each one of those groups. That's no problem. But what happened that if today I am a buyer, and next year or in 5 years I'm becoming a seller? I will still need to get the buyer emails because this is where I am on Mailchimp. While in Zoho Campaigns, the status of the contact is not anymore a buyer, now is a seller, and the kind of emails will change. So this is why I think that Zoho Campaigns is much more powerful as long as you're using Zoho CRM. If you don't use Zoho CRM, both of them are the same. There's nothing too special about any of them. Any more questions? Wade, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Perfect. I can hear you. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Awesome. It's all great.
This is just because I don't quite understand how it tracks different campaigns, but like in the mortgage world, I just basically have refinances and purchases. I mean, the products are pretty close to the same. How I word the promotion to get there will be different, and I'm assuming that's the way that the campaign thing will work. But the question is should I build a different landing page if I'm trying to forward them to my website? Should I create a different landing page for each one of the campaigns, or is it just cool just to have like a general refinance one? Or
are you talking about new leads or existing clientele?
Well, let's say that I have it doesn't matter in this particular instance. Let's just say that I have like I have a generic landing page for refinances, but I run like a VA loan refinance, a FHA streamline refinance, and I'm going to and I would only create in one world. I would just create one landing page for all types of refinances, but I'd have a bunch of different campaigns for how they're going to get there.
So I will tell you what I think. Whenever someone is looking for something specific and he is getting a specific answer, usually there will be a yes. As an example, I'm working with a company named Zuper. They're having a very good field management system, and they're working for all the home services industry. On their website, for example, it says that they are doing HVAC, flooring. They just listed few home services businesses that they work with. Now, someone that I referred to them told me that is in the what it was painting business, or one of the businesses that is home services, but is not listed on their website. And he assumed that they are not doing it. While, of course, they're doing it, right? It's home services, it's general. When you're sending people to a landing page and someone is interested in first home buyer's mortgage, I prefer to create a landing page that is specifically for him, because he says, okay, he's dealing with first-time mortgages and he knows what I'm talking about. There is a product specifically for me. When for you, it's all the same. The person asks for money, you give him the money. So for you, it's a one page, and for people, usually converts better when you have specific pages.
Okay, so how anal do I want to get with that? I mean, if I do a Facebook campaign that's basically doing the same, like if I say a campaign is trying to get veterans to do streamline refinances, and I'm going to do that over several platforms. I'm going to do that on Facebook, LinkedIn, maybe. I might hand out flyers, mailers, or whatever physical stuff. Should that all be the same campaign, all go into the same website, or for tracking purposes later on?
It's all different. I'm working now with a wealth manager, and he's targeting, as you can understand, people that like to invest money. So in the beginning, before I met him, he created campaign for everyone, investment, wealth management. And he was not able to get a good business out of it. It cost him about $200 per lead to bring in, and about every 6 or 7 leads were converted into a deal. So it's not really a successful campaign. What we did, we just spread the entire campaign, and we split it to multiple small campaigns. For example, people between 40 to 60 that are planning to retire in the next X years. And then the pictures, the language, the brochure, everything that they are getting from the beginning, from socials, all the way to the landing page, it's all about retirement, planning your retirement. So it's one language, everything. And we were able to go down to about $10 per lead from about 200. So the more you will be targeted, the more people will convert, and also the message will be consistent. So it takes more time, more work, but the bottom line, it works. You will see huge change in your marketing.
And that's the end result. Is I just want to know if I'm putting my money into something, like let's say I'm putting into a Facebook ad, but for VA loans, but I'm not getting any return on it. I want to yank that and put it back in postcards or whatever I'm using to make that work. And so in that world, I should just every platform going down to that specific product should be veined for that audience. Is that kind of what you're saying? And just change your advertising to match whatever platform you're on?
Yes. If for example, you're on, let's say, Facebook, so Facebook is more for older people. So if let's say Snapchat will be for young people, Facebook will be probably 25 to, and more. That's usually the area. So so those will be people that are probably your target audience because you're trying to sell mortgages. Now, I would create one campaign and I would segment the campaign, because you can segment based on areas, based on age, based on their family status. And I would target married couples, ages, let's say 25 to probably 35, the range that people will have their first house. And I will just target it to areas that more likely to have some money, and not poor areas that probably will not convert anything. And just try to segment the area in a better way. And also the messaging will be first home buyers, special rate, we can help you, whatever, with the government. I don't know the specifics, but give them more value to go with you instead of just saying, I can get you money. And that's usually converting better.
Well, I think that you hammered in something that is going to help me, and I've got to think about it through this lens. Is just segments. I mean, yes. I think what I'm asking is, if I sat down and worked out how segments would work inside of campaigns, I think I'd answer my own question inside of that. So let me give that a run, and I'll maybe talk to you next Wednesday if I can't figure it out.
Of course, I will give you just one last example. I'm going to a dentist, for a long time. About 3 years ago, he talked to me about marketing. And he said that he's working with an advertisement company for years, and the results are very poor. And I look at it, and I saw that they targeted the planet. Now, is a dentist working in an intersection? It's not a big dentistry. It's just someone that goes to work, a one-man show, and is a dentist. And his audience will be people that will come from 2 kilometers radius, not more, but they bombarded everywhere. So they spent his money, in Russia, in Angola, all the planet, instead of targeting a specific geographic area. So what I did with him, of course, we fired the marketing company, the gurus, and we just targeted to 2 miles around this business. And in a day, everything changed and he started to get traffic. So the segment will be a game changer for you. I promise you.
Fantastic.
Okay?
Thank you, Lior.
Okay, my friend. Okay, let's see. Oh, we have lots of action. Let's see what's going on. So, Carol, let me give you mic. Where are you, Carol? Here you are. I'm getting to know Zoho Showtime. Look at me. Able to gain access, give access. Woo. Okay. Carol, do you have mic?
I don't know. Do I have mic?
Look at me. 3 people in a row. I was able to do it. How are you?
I'm well. How are you this morning?
Amazing. Freezing Toronto, -10.
Do you have snow? It's snowing here big time in Chicago.
It's not snowing, but I'm trying to condition myself. So I'm going with a t-shirt outside. So last few days it was like 1 degree, -1, not that bad. Today I froze. It was really, really cold.
Oh, wow.
Very cold.
Okay. Well, you're in Toronto, right? You got to condition yourself.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have a question about, when I go, so we're using Zoho Books, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see under my CRM, on the related lists, I have Zoho Books. And
so one second, let me try to see what you see. So you're saying in your CRM, you have Zoho Books, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's go to the CRM. You're talking about the deal section by any chance?
Contacts.
No, contacts.
Contacts, okay.
And where's your book? Where's your Zoho Books?
It will be Zoho Finance. Let's see.
Oh, right.
It's not here. Let me just add Zoho Finance to the list, and that will be here. Okay. Accounts, that's fine. It's amazing how quick you do things with Zoho. It's just phenomenal. That's amazing. It's crazy. Okay, so that's fine.
Look at that.
Do you want to stop here and you have questions about this section?
No. I'm just wondering. I mean, I see the finance modules, invoice, estimates, sales orders, purchase order.
Yep.
Okay, so that's all we're seeing. And what I'm not seeing is retainer invoices. And I don't see it listed there, actually.
There is no retainer invoice in this integration.
Okay, well, there's the quick answer.
Yep. But what you're trying to say is when you're going to a specific contact, under Zoho Finance, which is supposed to be here, you don't see...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I see. Estimates, sales orders, invoices.
I'm also missing I'm using retainer invoices all the time, and I'm missing it. Yeah. So
okay.
we share the same pain.
Okay. Well, when you figure it out, you'll let me know how to get it in there.
I did figure out. I think that you have a script that's supposed to generate the invoices automatically for you, right?
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah, on Friday, right?
Yes, on Friday.
Yeah, so you will have it. So you won't really need the retainer invoices because you will be able just to create the details of the deal. You click a button and it automatically will produce the invoices for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will be fine. So let's see in the questions area. Claudio, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Is my audio working?
Perfect. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Amazing.
So, yeah, it was just, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
Sure.
my account was all messed up. Long story short, I'm resetting up my Zoho One account from scratch. I was simply asking, is there any referral link to sign up with that goes through your partner program, or do I just link you as a partner after?
It doesn't matter before or after. So if you go to our website, amazingbusinessresults.com, there is a section here that is just sign up for Zoho, and you have a link to learn more. And on this page, it gives you all the benefits of using us as a partner. And also on the bottom, you will have here
Yeah,
the
I've
process.
been through that. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the one.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudio. Thank you very much. Is there any other question, Claudio, or just that?
I guess the only other thing I was wondering going through your website last night was, do you have training courses that are specific to other applications like Desk, which is going to be heavy for me, as well as Books and Click integration, which I've watched your videos on that with the SMS. But I guess, do you have a training course specific to, I guess, Desk or Books, or is it more of a one-on-one training if I need it type of thing?
So I think that Zoho CRM is the biggest application and most difficult. While if you know CRM, Zoho Desk, Click, Survey, Forms, it's all like a 1 hour thing that you just need to go with us or someone else that knows Desk, and you just ask questions. Now, the setup for Zoho Desk, as an example, is just to config the emails that when your client sends an email, it will go to your support at domain name. That will be automatically redirected from your mail client to Zoho Desk. And whenever you're sending emails, it will use your email. So Zoho Desk becoming basically the in-between application between you and the client. So that's already 50% of the application, and it takes about 20 minutes to do it.
Okay.
Right?
I didn't realize that CRM, if you learned that, that's really all you... I've been working with it for 3 weeks now. I'm pretty proficient with Desk. I didn't know if it included automations, workflows, stuff like that. But I guess it sounds like you'll learn that if you do the CRM course as your base. How does that help you with Books, out of curiosity?
Let me just show you with Desk, and then I will jump to Books.
Okay.
But let me just take you here. Let me just close those screens. Okay, so let's say that in Zoho CRM, you have the workflow rules. And the workflow rules is just when something happens, it will do something else. So when a record changes, let's say the status is changing from lost lead to contacted, an email will be sent to your client. So that's basically a workflow rule. Once you learn how to use the workflow rules in CRM, okay, this is an action-based system, the same thing is also existing here. You have the workflows. And the workflows in Zoho Desk are working exactly in the same way. When something happens, okay, then something else will take place. Exactly the same thing like Zoho CRM. So as you can understand, because there is no education of how to use the Zoho applications, I had to learn by myself, right? When I started, there was no good YouTube channels out there to learn how to use Zoho. But because I knew CRM, I was able to learn pretty fast the rest of the applications. And if you're learning right now Zoho CRM, once you finish the course, if you take 1 hour with us or with any other developer out there, he will be able to go over with you the important settings that you have on Zoho Desk, and in 1 hour, you're good to go. So this is why I did not really spend too much time creating a Zoho Desk application. With Zoho Books, it's a different story. Let's jump to Zoho Books. I'm personally doing half of the things on Zoho Books, and I also I have an accountant firm that they are specializing in Zoho Books, and they're doing for me the rest of the things, because once you're dealing with taxation and expenses, you don't want to do something that is half-ass, right? Because it's all taxation, and the government, don't like if it's halfway, right?
Yeah, that's part of my issue is books. When I'm trying to set up the flow of cash that comes in and how it applies, and then depreciate certain leased hardware, for example. So these are the types of specifics that I had for books. But
do you have also Zoho Inventory by any chance?
So I enabled it. I'm not using it, but I guess I'm gonna see if I need to use it in order to manage my inventory that I own, that I have out in the field, if you will.
That's right.
I'm not sure if that's the right product to use. I haven't yet been able to, even with the Zoho One onboarding person, I'm having trouble getting straight answers across multiple applications that I need to use to run my business. Or if somebody tells me, hey, maybe books is not for you, use subscriptions, for example. But
the onboarding process with the Zoho is like any other company. They're very good at their applications. They don't understand business. So you're coming to them with a business problem and you're asking, okay, so what's the best product to use? While they don't know. They will ask you, okay, do you want to do something? Tell us what you need to do. And it's a very common problem. From the people that I see on this webinar, I know that at least half of the people on this webinar ask me the same question about Zoho onboarding team. And it's a very, very common problem. What I would recommend you specifically, let me go to Zoho Inventory. I can give you the high level, but if you want specifics, I can connect you with Simon, which is the one that I'm using for anything with the Zoho Finance Suite. But I will give you the high level. So you have here in Zoho Inventory, where is it? You have warehouses. I don't remember where it is, but just believe me, there are warehouses that you can store inventory. Usually, let's say when you have your inventory that you have in the business will be in warehouse A. And when you have inventory in a specific project or a van or a car, you create another warehouse and you just move the quantities between those warehouses. And this is how you can track the information or the items between all those moving parts. Is it making sense?
yes, no.
No, it's all good.
Can I
but
ask
is it making sense?
Last question. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take up this much time regarding books, if it's something you might be able to answer. So for products, for example,
Yeah, sure.
Call it a piece of hardware of any kind, and it has a value that it costs me, say, for example, $100, and you lease that device at $10 a month. After 10 months, for example, it pays off that device, right? But for the system that it's monitoring my profitability margin between those two numbers, after 10 months, it will no longer be accurate because that $100 is no longer a cost to me. How in this system would it be able to know after 10 months the $100 no longer exists? It's now a $2 cost to the business to provide that $10 piece of hardware. Does that make sense?
That's very easy answer. Ask Simon. I have no idea. You will need someone that knows accounting, someone that can, because there are probably more things that are mixed into this this scenario.
In books or no?
Right? Like not in our company. Our company is we're not accountants. But Simon, for example, is working in Sphere Consulting, and they're doing exactly that. So they're in Zoho Finance morning till night. That's what they do. Yeah, I can. Let me just grab. I don't have his emails here. Anyway, I will send an email with. I will send you an email after this webinar with his contact details. Okay, no problem. Can you send emails that look like normal, no HTML, active campaigns is something that email does not look like a professional email, looks like yes. So let's go here. So in Zoho campaigns, when you create a new email, okay, so let's have here some subject, Happy New Year, I'm in the holiday spirit. Okay, let's have the sender will be myself. The recipient will be my test. And once you click on content, you have here, you see HTML code and plain text. Once you click on plain text, you just write the email, hello, and this will be the first name. So hello, Lior. Happy New Year from me. Okay, let's do save and send. And now let's send the test email. Actually, I can do preview, I think. So let's see. No, I can't do a preview here. Anyway, my email is not on right now because of the webinar. But this is how you will get the email. The email will be exactly that. Yeah, it would say hello, Lior. So it's all very clean text. You don't have any garbage, pop-ups, backgrounds. Very, very, very clean. And it's also including the unsubscribe link and everything that legally you need to have. So that's the way to go if you like to have real emails that's being sent from a normal person and not from a machine. Okay, so that will be the plain text option on Zoho campaigns. Okay, let me read the question while Robert is coming online. When setting up a campaign workflow triggered by response to a form, is there anything that must be set up in advance to get information from the form to campaign? Are we talking about Zoho form?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at, I mean, the thing I'm trying to deal with right now is the relationship between forms, campaigns, and CRM. I'm not sure how to navigate all that, but basically, like I'm getting people filling in information on a form, and when they send the form, then I would like to be able to activate a workflow, and I'd also like to be able to have in CRM right now. I'm getting a record giving me that their name and their email address, but I'm not getting anything in there saying they filled in, form X. But that's sort of a separate thing. Maybe just first of all, this thing about, getting the workflow going in campaigns.
Okay, let's see first of all if we have more questions from other people, because if not, I would just show you. It would take us about 10 minutes, and that's the entire session. If someone has a question, just write now in the chat that you have a question. Otherwise, I will go with Rob on the entire process. Okay, so no one is asking, and let's do it. Okay, so first of all, do you know how to? Yeah, you do know how to create a form, right?
Yep, I have forms, and I have people who've already been filling in forms.
Phenomenal. Let's create a new form. We'll create a quick one, and let's create it on the lead. Let's say lead to leads. And let's have the basic first name, last name, and an email. And where is the name? So we have the name and email. Okay, let's save it. Now I'm going to the integration section. Integrate, that's something that you already did, right?
I do have it integrated. Yeah, it's giving me the in the CRM. It's giving me their name and their email address.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so the company is mandatory on my CRM, so I will also have that. Okay, so when I'm going to the integration, I'm going to integrate with the CRM. And we'll have here the company name. And that will be the last name, first name, and I think the email will be the last one. So I'm just mapping between CRM and forms. Until here, we okay?
Yep.
Okay. The magic will be done using the automation process management that need to be clicked. That's what will trigger the workflows. Okay?
So you're talking, where are you right now? In campaigns, or I'm having a hard time.
No. Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen, yes.
Okay. I'm in Zoho Forms.
Yes.
In Zoho Forms, I created the form.
Yep.
And I integrated the form with Zoho CRM.
Yes.
Is that clear until now?
Yep.
Okay. Once you map the fields, map the fields from CRM to Zoho Forms, that means those fields will be copied.
Yep.
You also have a check mark on automation and process management.
Ah, okay.
Without that, the workflows will not trigger.
Okay.
Okay. Let me know when I can continue.
Well, you can, because I'm also expecting you're going to be posting this at some point. So
Yes, I will. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want to take up all your time while I'm writing things down here.
No, but I want you to understand, right? Because you can ask questions.
Yep. No, that's great. That's something I haven't done.
Okay. So once you do that, let's go now to the system and let's create a new rule. And let's call it send an email on a new lead.
And this is in the CRM you're working.
Yep. You can see always, you can check the URL where I am, because I'm jumping between 3 applications now.
Absolutely.
Okay. So when a new lead is being created, I want an email to be sent. Okay?
Yep.
And I will just select the lead email. If I'm doing something that you don't understand, just please ask.
This is familiar.
Okay. I'm selecting a template, and now this is done.
Yeah.
So let's do a test. So let's go now to Zoho Forms. I will go to the form itself. Name. Okay. So when the form is being sent, it takes about 30 seconds or so, and then it will land in my lead system.
Right.
Now, when it's landing in my lead system, there will be email that will be sent automatically based on the workflow that I just created.
Right.
Okay, so you see Lior Isaac is here, and you can see also that an email was sent.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Until now, we're good.
Okay.
Okay. What you want to do with Zoho Campaigns? You want to sync this lead automatically to Zoho Campaigns?
What I would like to do is, let's see, when I send out that email, there's a call to action in the email, and then depending on whether they respond to the call to action or not, I would like to basically have a workflow. There'd be a workflow that's, sort of going from that first email. Did they respond to the CTA? What response did they give? Depending on the response they give, they get a different get a different mail.
That will take some time. It's all doable, no problem.
Yeah.
In my course, there is a lesson about email workflows, and that's the answer is there. You just need to.
That's in the CRM course.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a look because I have that already.
Yeah. I know.
I'll go back and review.
Yep, and that's the lesson. And if you're missing something, just post a question on the support forum, and I will help you. But okay. You have all the. If that's the only thing you're missing, you're good to go. You have everything.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, there is actually one thing is that
Mhm.
I have a couple of different forms that people are filling in.
Mhm.
And what I would like to do is, and I don't know if it's possible, but in the CRM, I'm wondering if there's some way for me to know which form they filled in. So I'm
Yeah.
getting their email address, I'm getting their name, but I don't know which form. And once I know that, I'm going to know a lot more information about them.
Okay, I'm on the CRM. I'm going to leads.
Yeah.
I'm creating here another pick list. I will call it form type.
Mm-hmm.
That will be form A, and
Mm-hmm.
that's form B. I'm going now back to my Zoho form.
Yeah.
Let's say that this is form A. I'm going to have here a single line. I will call it form type. The default value will be form A, which is identical to what I have in Zoho CRM.
Yeah.
Okay. I will make it mandatory, and also I'm going to hide the field. So the user will not be able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's there, but the user cannot see it.
Right, sure.
And in the integration, I'm going to integrate form type with Zoho CRM. The result
Oh,
will
cool.
be,
Oh, this is great. This is wonderful. Yeah.
look, with Zoho, you know, most of the things that we're doing on the channel and in the course are, if you call Zoho, they will tell you it's impossible. You can't do it. But all those are just creative things that we learn over time because we just have a dead end and we need somehow to bypass it.
Yeah.
So now when this lead will come in, you will be able, sorry for all the gibberish, I just want to do it fast.
Yeah.
So while we do that, you can see that the lead will come in.
Mm-hmm.
And the form type, whenever it comes, I guess 30 seconds will be 30 seconds, even if I click many times, right?
Yes, it will.
Yeah, 30.
It's probably the snow slowing it down too.
No, it's usually it's 30 seconds. Yeah. So
Yes,
now,
there's Mr. Gibberish. Yeah,
you see form A?
I do.
So
That's fantastic. Yeah,
oh,
that's what I've been missing.
yep, that's the one.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Lior.
No problem.
Okay.
Let's do one more. So Ricky, and we'll close with Ricky. So let's give Ricky mic permission.
Hello.
Hey, Ricky, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Super awesome.
All right. Okay, I have a questions about the blueprints because I'm so amazed with the blueprints, and I'm having a
Should be.
problem with my deal because I'm doing the online platform, which is I need to send multiple email templates to different vendor. So
Okay.
deal will be my process center. I need to differentiate which vendor to send with the specific templates. So in this case, because I already checked with Zoho live chat agents, and they tell me that it is impossible to use any filter, whatever, like criteria in the blueprints. So I need to work around with others method. So in this case, do you have any alternative way to solve it?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go backwards. How many vendors do you have?
I think it's easily more than 20.
20. Are those vendors, each one of them will get different type of email?
Yes, because the email template background is different, and also the format and the content, so we cannot share in
Very
one.
simple, my friend. Just follow me, okay?
Okay, sure.
So let's say that you have the blueprint. You click on a button and the button says send an email, right?
Yes.
Don't send the email. Okay? Just change something in your system. As an example, Let's create here a quick blueprint. So now it's 11 and 2 minutes. Let me just check if I have a meeting after this session. I just don't want to be late to a different meeting, but I think that I'm okay. Yeah, I have about 15 minutes. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so that will be test deal blueprint.
Yeah.
We'll mark it on the deals. If I'm doing something you don't understand, just let me know.
Sure.
Okay, so I will throw here something just so I can have something in the blueprint. Test. Okay, so what you did so far, whenever you click here, you sent an email notification.
Yes.
Good. So this is not going to happen anymore. You're going to create a field update, and that will be send email to, and you will have here, let me just create this field for you. Okay, so we're going to the deals. That will be send email to, and that's vendor A, vendor B. Make sense?
Yes.
And you limit it to 500, so you will be fine.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, very good. Good. Let's click here. Let's go here. Come on. Don't get stuck on me now. Okay, let's refresh. I need to redo it. Let's click choose. So now you have this transition, choosing a vendor. You're going here and send email to, and that's the only thing that is going to happen here. That's it. That's all you need to have here. So the reality is when you're going to your deal, you just need to click on choose vendor, you select the vendor, you click save, and then you proceed with the blueprint. Until now, nothing happened, just the vendor was changed, right?
Right.
Good. Second piece of the puzzle, you go to the workflow rules.
Right.
You create here a rule, and the rule is going to change based on the send email to. So every time that the send email to is going to change, this workflow will trigger. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I never thought that.
This is why I have me.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the condition is as long as the send email to is not empty. If it's empty, I don't want to do anything. If it's not empty, then I want to do it. And then you have here some kind of a criteria. So let's say the first one is not send email to, is if send to is vendor A. If it's vendor A, you're sending email number 1. And then you go to add another condition. The second condition is if email is vendor B. If it's vendor B, send a different email.
Right. Is there any limitation on the conditions? How many conditions you can create?
So I think it's or 6 or 9. I don't really remember exactly. It's also depending on a few things. But in any case, let's say that this is, you have here, let's say 6, just as an example. You just call it 1. You save it, and then you create send email to, and that will be vendor C, D, E.
I see. Yes.
That's it.
That makes sense. Yes.
Very simple, my friend.
Right. Thank you very much.
Okay,
You made
thank
my
you.
day.
No,
Thank
no
you.
problem, my friend. Okay, guys, I'm running. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day from freezing Toronto, and I will see you next week.